Hello. Good evening. Talking today about checking out early. This had my attention many years ago, so I'm sharing this. I've personally, in my own world, in the last several months, there's 3 people that have checked out, and it could have happened to me a number of years ago. Not intentionally. It came from at the time I was as a workaholic, pursuing a goal and pursuing a dream, and one time when the crunch came in, it was like, wow, man, I dodged that bullet. So let's see where this video is going to go. So we show up as a volunteer on behalf of the soul. So the soul's watching up above while we're physically here in this realm, on this plane, and it's a tough school ground. So it's kind of the common theme here. So now what I'd like to share about it is that, and I'm going to use me as the example, at one point I'd gone through 5 plus near-death experiences. And what really got my attention at one point is, it wasn't like it was intentional either. It came from a good place. I was simply working my tail off. And it was long hours, it was gone. At the time I was just gone, I was working. And all I focused on was that chief aim at the time. And so what I'd like to share about is that the time we're all granted here is, it's important. And I like to share it from a different perspective that, and I put in one of my videos there recently that I used to look up to those that were in their 40s, or ideally say in their 50s or 60s, because I knew at one point we're all gonna, hopefully, that we all get to that stage, and I'd be asking myself, like, are they happy? Are they healthy? Are they content? I think the big one is, are they happy? Now, I mentioned earlier in the video there that about checking out early. This is a bit of a touchy subject, so I'm going to relate to it from my own experience to the best of my ability and with what I've seen, and go from there. At the time when I was pursuing my career as a commercial pilot, what got me to a lot of hot water with it is I didn't have the financial funding or the backing for it. And hindsight's a little different. Now having the understanding that there's many other programs, there's other places where you can do it. For those that are young enough, apply for the Air Force. Again, this at the time, that's something that I wanted to do, and then it turned into a resentment because I just didn't know how to pay for the stupid thing. The experience of it was great. What I'm sharing is that the best vessel that we're ever living in is this one inside here. So this physical vessel that we're gifted, that's a good choice of words in describing that. You have to take care of it, or I have to take care of what's inside of this here. And I'm sharing this because then the one particular experience when I should have checked out, or I could have checked out, and this is what's going on behind the scenes of things. So I'm working, like we all do. At one point we have a career or a goal, or we're at home, or whatever it is that we're doing, and the body can take so much, mentally and emotionally, and then at one point physically. Or I should say the other way around. Physically we can go so far, and when the body physically gives out, and depending on the circumstances, depending on what's going on, especially, let's use it physically, that when one physically exerts himself, at one point things start to break. It's much like a brand new car, or a 5 or a 10 or a 20-year-old car. Eventually at one point things start to break on the inside, and either the parts need to get replaced, other components need to be replaced or taken out, and at one point I thought about becoming like a surgeon or a doctor. I just didn't know how to pay for it, so I stepped away from that, and I'm doing this instead. So what fascinates me is the soul, with what's keeping us alive, at one point it will step in saying, hey, if we're all addicted to whatever it is that we're addicted to, the soul will either redirect us in a sharp way, or as a sudden interrupt, or as a massive wake-up call saying, hey, this is a volunteered assignment showing up here, and none of us are here on a picnic. And I've used that word several times because when we're in this physical realm, we're coming here to up-level and graduate from this 3D realm. When the soul realizes at one point, if we're not growing, and if we're off course, or if whatever happened from a younger age, with no judgment and no blame with this, the soul will intervene, and will literally put someone on the rear end for 2 months or 3 months, or put them in the hospital and for them to reevaluate with what's going on in their life. And I'm sharing this in the perspective that when we're here, where all of us are here, we're here to up-level and graduate. The soul's invested a lot of time prior to us showing up here. And prior to us showing up here, we're basically in a room where there's an agreement with the soul and those from the past lifetime that when we showed up here, the past lifetime never got resolved. And what I'm referring to is the emotional entanglements, the emotional disagreements. And when we show up here, the soul is stuck with the old energy, the old karma, and just simply cannot cut the energy on the other side. So when the soul gets fed up, it's like, okay, let's have a new volunteer come in, and we're going to come down to this physical realm. The soul's spending a lot of time on the other side, prepping things up. And there's a contract, again, with the universe, with the soul, and we have spiritual volunteered guides on the other side that assist us with getting us back on track while we're physically here. When the soul at one point, let's say, well, for myself as an example, I was in my 30s, in my young 30s. The message came through in my 5th near-death experience that, look, if you leave here, if you check out early from working your tail off, you can leave. We're going to put you back in the spiritual hospital. We're going to clear things out very, very quickly. And on the next ticket here, you're coming right back here into this physical realm. So it's not there to scare anyone, but it is definitely there to plant a seed there that when we show up here, it's not a joke. And I'm sharing this because when the feeling of grief or when the feeling of sadness came in, and I remember many years ago, I lost a cool friend. And when he finally told me that he was leaving, he told his wife that same thing, man, it devastated me. I was just lucky enough at the time where I was able to appreciate it. And it came from a good place. And it's like, wow, it could really, really hit home. And it really hit home. So it's the feeling, that feeling of grief that we feel on the inside, that's the feeling that the soul's asking at one point, can you please do the soul a favor? And can you go on the inside and can you clear it all out? Because this is what needs to be cleared out. And when that's not cleared out, this is where people either get stuck or they accumulate or they manifest a physical disease later on. Or when none of us are really paying attention, then we get that wake-up call or that rude wake-up where the one morning like we're not able to get out of bed. Or, well, I'll share with you, I had an experience. And it was for a different type of an experience. And there's a lot of energy inside of us. We're not just as a human being, like there's more to us than that. And there's energy inside. And when the energy gets blocked up inside of us, it can literally debilitate us, or it can put us on a rear end, like myself for the one case, and I needed a day to process it. And once I cleared all the energy out, I was like, man, I'm free to go here. And it was a good lesson, and as a reminder that the soul's asking, can you please, 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 while you're here, doing the soul a favor and clearing up with whatever it is. I have a feeling the download that's coming through here is there's going to be a lot more people checking out if they don't start addressing their own physical life, meaning the 3D world that we live in. And equally, we're in this fantastic new consciousness, this new energy, the 5D, and it's what the universe operates in. And it's an opportunity for all of us to up-level. And what's also coming through here is when one or more souls start to free themselves from all this mess that we're in this physical realm here, I trust that maybe there's going to be some other positive group downloading, or group souls that are going to be coming in and rapidly closing out all the agreements here. So just my short video for today, and some food for thought. And it's an exciting time. We're really in a golden age here. So with wherever you may be, with whatever you're doing, I trust you're doing well, and be kind with yourself. Until next time, treat each other well. Have a good evening.